guys, welcome to episode 3 of the BurgerBash podcast. Today I've got a special guest and we're at a special location. We're here at Chief's Health Kitchen over in Nelson, Lancashire, and I'm with a good friend of mine, Asim. Asim.
Mash, how are we doing?
Doing very good, thank you. Asim's someone who's based in the Nelson area, and he's also set up a business, and I popped down today on a Friday just because he does a special burger.
It's your day, innit?
Yeah, it's my day. So, and it's been coming for a while. I've been a little bit lazy, but I managed to get down today, and so we're just going to do a little bit of an interview and a little bit of a chat with Asim because it does link into my first podcast when I spoke to Turks, and in that episode he did mention about one particular person that he did feel was probably one of the all-time greats of Nelson, who's no longer with us and has passed away, and it's actually Asim's father. So this is just a nice way just to bring it back and just to see how successful his son is now as well. So Asim, first question, I'm going to put you straight on the spot. Tell us about your childhood.
Childhood? Obviously, at the age of 13, my dad passed away. Before that, to be honest with you, we spent a lot of time in the business. We had shops in Salford, and it was kind of a similar vibe to this. You know, it was all family there working there with us. My mum worked there as well. And to be honest with you, a bit of the motivation for this business was that, spending all that time, with the family working together. I guess doing really well because my dad set me up for more or less my life until now. Yeah. Even though he passed away. At the age of 13, he passed away, and I had all my big brothers, my cousins, who kind of looked after me, and I guess I'm here now.
Yeah. So it's a bit of an awkward question, but I just want to ask you, and you don't have to answer this question if you don't want to. Can you just describe what happened on the day that you found out? Was it a school day? Was it in the holidays or?
To be completely honest with you, Bash, it was a Saturday. My dad had the stroke. Obviously, weekend, so everyone's off.
Yeah.
He was completely fine. It was a brain hemorrhage that he had. He was, talking to one of my cousins, and literally he would always joke with us. He'd always say, "Oh, I'm not feeling well." Just to see how we would react. Yeah. And then he'd give us a big hug and a kiss. And that day he was saying, "I'm not feeling well," and he was, just playing this kind of. It looked like the same joke again, and I guess it was I got sent to my bedroom saying, go inside. We look after your dad, by my cousin and my mum, and half an hour later, they were still trying to carry him downstairs because he had lost function on one side of the body because he had a stroke previously in the past.
Oh, okay.
Obviously the fighter, so it was something that comes, I guess, alongside it. He spent about 3 or 4 days in hospital, and he passed away with brain hemorrhage.
All right. Well, just like to take some opportunity to say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. So at that point, obviously, you were quite young.
Yeah.
Were you living in Nelson then?
Yeah. We lived on every street, Longshore Road. Lived my entire life there. Me, my mum, my dad, my grandparents, even my church. That was, I guess that's the safe house. Everyone, even my church, is still there to this day. Yeah. We all lived there together, and it was just a very small place. Yeah. So all my cousins lived around, and we'd come there every morning, and that's where the day would start. Now we moved, which is a house. I shouldn't even tell you about this, really.
It's fine. I'm
sure I trust everyone. I trust everyone.
We can edit it out if we need to.
No, that's fine. My dad actually set that up for us. He sold the shop 2 years prior to passing away. Worked for about 12, 13 years non-stop there in Salford. Literally built, if you go to the house, he built everything, even the staircase was still. Only thing we done is, liquor paint or something. He did everything himself. We were more or less ready to move in that weekend. We had our bags packed and everything.
All right.
Yeah, even though we didn't want to move, we didn't really want to leave our grandparents. We come to that decision where we'll have a weekend here and a weekend there because we were so used to it. And obviously the stroke happened, and then everything just froze. But later on that year, towards the end, we did move up to Cozy Foot.
Right. So this was at this point you were in high school, weren't you?
Yeah, I was in high school.
School. So this would have obviously had a really big impact on your life. But I mean, you hear all the time about when people they lose a relative, or particularly when someone loses their father. You hear these stories all the time about people kind of going the wrong way, and stuff like that. But you've actually done really well for yourself. You've got your own business, and I just want you to just tell me about the kind of journey you started from to get there. So you would have probably maybe had started working part time somewhere?
Yeah. I worked at Tesco for 2012, so 7 years.
Right, okay.
That was my part-time job. My cousin actually kind of they give good wording for me. I got the job there. I went from checkouts to security, eventually to the pharmacy, where I met a great bunch of people who really motivated me. Truth is, I don't think you get anywhere without, it's all depends on your surroundings. The people that are around you, they play a big impact. When I passed away, my family, they all kept an eye on me. You can't thank people for that, because you don't have time for yourself nowadays. They kept an eye on me, and I guess kept me on the straight path. You can't pick and choose what people do, but you can, give them a good direction, can't you?
Yeah. So how old are you now?
25.
Young guy. There's nearly a decade between us, man.
No way. You don't look that old.
34, man.
Doing well.
So 7 years ago you were working in Tesco. You started off, and then it was part time, wasn't it?
It was part time. Literally, I left in July. I was trying to get a career break to try this. I didn't have I had hope in it, and I knew that Chief's health. It was my dad's name, so I was never going to give up on it. But I didn't know if I could cater for my family, so it was a kind of a big risk.
So, okay then. So if we take it one step back and say, right, you had a part time job, but then what about the concept for this place? When was that born?
I've enjoyed training, food, and all this stuff from day one. I did sport studies in college, so straight out of high school, I went to sport. It's something I loved. I knew I had a passion for it. Even that, I didn't even do PE in GCSE. I just left it because it was just a natural thing for me.
Okay.
There's only so much you can learn, from your class, and there's stuff that you learn when you sat at home. You kind of research, go out your way, and I constantly did it because I trained. I did. Weight loss, muscle gain, did that anyway. I think everyone does it. Everyone goes through a bulk kind of shred and all that stuff. But the information that I kind of learned, people would ask me every day, and I'd just be giving it away. I don't mind giving it away free. It's just I'd be giving people information, but sometimes you need to take a person to a workout, or you need to feed them a meal to kind of show that this is how it's done, rather than just giving an idea. So I think the food thing's always been there. About 2 years ago, in the pharmacy on a Sunday, me and a good friend of mine we sat down. We always eat on a Sunday. It's a binge day, it's cheat day for us. Yeah. Even though it's Friday now. We sat there, we were eating, and he goes, "Oh, bro," he goes, you train hard, but what do you eat? So I just being the person, I go, look, my next week's with the food. Whenever I eat something, I'll prep you a little box, and you have it. And he's such a top guy. He was like, no, he goes, you can't do that. He goes, how much is it going to cost this? I was like, no. Well, just to give you an idea. This guy sat there and made me an Instagram page. He literally made me an Instagram page, and he goes, "Oh, if you had a meal prep place," which I didn't know what actually a meal prep place was, because I didn't know that there was a business for it. Yeah. Within Nelson, people don't really meal prep here. Yeah. It's a city thing, isn't it? So he said to me, "What do you call it?" So I go, "Macros meal prep," because it's your macros, your carbs, fats, protein. Yeah. That name was already taken, but he put that name up, and he wrote my name underneath it, Asim Hussain, and by the end of that shift, I had 3 or 4 orders. Right. Every time someone messaged me and said, "Oh, is it Asim?" my natural reaction would be yeah, and then that's it. I'm stuck. I've got to make up some meals now. So that day at Tesco, before we closed, I went around, bought some salmon, some bits and bats. I went home and prepped, and started from there. To be honest. And
the key thing here is that you're not, because it's very, very easy for any Tom, Dick and Harry to basically just say carb, protein, but like you're at a point where you've done the research. Yeah, well, you've experienced it, and 100%. You know what works.
100%. Well, I did it in college. Went to university. Did sports psychology and science. Obviously, it's got a nutrition side to it as well. But that was the main thing. You always sit down. I've got my dad's magazines to this day, like 2006, 2005. Before that, I've got them. I still read them because I want to see the difference between then and now. People were in shape then as well. Sometimes overcomplicate things. And I always try to to explain to people, just keep it simple. Take bare minimum. If you don't see anything, you can add to it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or rather overcomplicate it when you start training. Yeah, because that's like, even I've noticed when I walked in and looked at the menu, I'll be showing a few pictures of the menu in the video later on for this as well. But no, it's you've put it to a simple level, so I know that if I want something, if I'm bulking, I can get this. If I 100%. Want something I'm shredding, I can get that. And so it shows that you know your background on it. 100%. Basically. Everyone's different, so obviously our slogan is custom to your lifestyle, custom to your goal. And it's not that catchy, but I won't change it because that's what we are. If someone's going through a shred, if someone just wants a certain meal, we should do that. You can't come in a place and say, I've only got these fixed options. So I like to be a bit diverse like that. Right. So
It's been open for about 9 months now.
Yeah, 9 months.
So
now,
these are the early days of the business. What's the growth been like?
Wicked. Initially, when I was cooking at home, my mum had a little kitchen which was samosas originally. So she'd make samosas. Absolutely admit, like, my mum's a wicked chef. That's probably why my food's so good, to be honest with you.
Right.
She'd make samosas and like she's got these really tight shoulders and traps. And I just say, stop training, this, that. Yeah. And I realised it's literally because she's cooking all the time. Yeah, and what she was doing is, I was doing part-time at Tesco's. She was getting us by. She was working without me realising, the first thing in the morning, last thing at night. And she'd sell these samosas and, a little thing in my heart, I didn't want her to do. Oh, a big thing in my heart, I didn't want her to do that. I wanted to, you're the son, you're the eldest son. Yeah. I've got a little brother, I want to cater for him.
Yeah.
So when the idea came, it wasn't that much. I thought to myself, it wasn't that much of a bad idea. We already do food. If I ask my mum to make pilau rice the way I want it, certain amount of salt, oil, and so on, it can work, and it did. At the moment, I'm still growing. I'm not doing any leaflets yet. I'm not doing any kind of advertisement except social media, only because I don't want to overwhelm myself.
Yeah.
Literally every person that comes here I remember every person's face. Even though it's getting busier, I know each person. I might not know what meal you want, but I know maybe I probably know what is it, weight loss or muscle gain. Do you know what I mean? I know the little things.
Sometimes you can probably tell as well.
No, obviously you don't because like a bigger meal and a smaller meal doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna get fatter or skinnier. It just means what you need for the day. You might not eat all morning. If you're gonna have a small meal, then you're stuck because you're gonna snack. Yeah. So I always just general knowledge without overcomplicating things.
Right. So, I mean, you do the burgers on the Friday. There'll be a few pictures on the video as well. But what's have you got anything in plans for the menu? Any research items?
I must have like 10 different dishes that I want to put on, but it's trial and error. I've got faith in myself, but I've got more faith in my customers, other people, because your feedback, and this is where you've got to be careful, because some people just say amazing, wicked, well done.
Yeah.
But I say to people, I'll even say to you after this now, off camera obviously, what's my burger like? How can I improve it? Because you can always improve, always get better. If you be honest with me, it saves me a customer never coming back. I can just put the effort into that rather than constantly do something wrong.
Yeah.
But the initial thing was just a kitchen. I wanted a bigger kitchen, and now I've got to walk in, because I thought if I'm gonna cook all day here, why not give people the option to walk in? And it literally picked up. I didn't do no big opening or anything. I let it slowly pick up, and now mashallah we're busy Monday to Friday and Sunday.
I was gonna say you guys, your social media has picked up quite well as well.
Yeah, really good.
So we talked about obviously what's next. Business right now seems to be booming. I mean, every time I come in, the few times I've managed to make it, there's constant just a stream of customers and there's like a queue and stuff like that. But in terms of your what's your best seller?
Best seller. Originally it was a Cajun. I think it all comes down to what I put more effort into. I've noticed that, because it was we have this like Cajun chicken, which is a breast that we put on the char grill. We marinate it a little bit if you don't mind it, if it's in your diet, and then we chop it up, and obviously it's really, really nice flavour. But I've been, over these 7-8 months, I've been putting a lot of effort into each dish, and it's literally, if you look at my meat charts, how much I order, it's more or less consistent with everything, which is wicked, which is what I wanted. I wanted to be consistent.
Yeah, because I could come a month later and it just tastes exactly the same.
You know what, Bash? You might come in for one meal, but my main customers are the meal preppers, or the guys who are taking, 10, even if it's 6 meals or whatever. I've got to make sure each one's just as tasty, and it's keeping them on track, because you don't want the same chicken and rice, especially if you pay me for it. That's the last thing you want. Yeah,
that's true. But outside of this, have you got anything else planned, or is this your full focus now?
You know what? Just like we said before, I'm a big believer in kind of just doing stuff rather than kind of like talking about it, because you jinx it. Yeah. You jinx it. So I've got a couple of plans. I've got a couple of big plans. But inshallah, I want to make this place that solid that I don't have to ever be here. I will be here, but I want it so consistent that I'll send my own mystery shoppers in saying, is it the same?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When it's like that, then I can kind of take the next step. I've had people approach me for all sorts of ideas, but I just want to make this perfect first.
Yeah. So you've got a few athletes as well, haven't you? That you're sponsored.
We've got loads, mashallah. We've got loads. I guess the biggest thing is like, from early, my dad passed away, so I didn't have much time to kind of give to myself. It was more to the family, and even education is like, I'm doing it for my family, just like everybody else, especially with Pakistanis, Indians, or whatever. Our family put a lot of pressure on us because they want us to do better than they did.
Yeah.
But they don't realize you can do that, without having to get a certain degree. If that kid's good at something, let him keep doing it, and eventually become amazing at it. If it's meant to be. Do you know what I mean? I only gave this 2 years, and I wanted to do it all my life. I went to college, and everyone would always ask me, why are you drinking water? Why are you having this? I used to have meal preps there, and now I've got kids coming here taking preps with them to college, which is wicked.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah,
amazing.
right.
Yeah, it's cool.
I think the people probably don't understand, but it's more of a mindset, isn't it? If you've trained and you've ever competed in anything, then you.
I think if you're having like a pizza in each box, because you're prepped meals and you're organised. Obviously not a pizza, but you know what I mean. If you've got organised meals, that's gonna motivate you 20% more, which is wicked. You need that.
Yeah. So, in terms of so we talked about this place. Life is comfy. Life seems good. Everything seems alright for you at the moment, alhamdulillah. So you've got no major complaints or beef. What about training? Do you do any training much yourself?
Yeah, I suffered a little bit with my training because I was constantly prepping. When I first started, I didn't even tell you this, I would prep every single day. Obviously, now I prep every day, but that was in my house. So in the morning I'd prep. I had Tesco's at 4 o'clock, so I'd have to deliver before then. You know, I was going out my way. I had a really good deal on, so people could, like, I thought in my head, what would I pay? So I had a really good deal on. Everyone was ordering it, you know, kept me busy. So I didn't train. I'd come home and I'd be exhausted. Sometimes I'd go for a workout and it wouldn't be a good workout. You know, like I've already got like, a bit of a shoulder injury, so I think I don't want to do myself over. And that affected me mentally. And then when I got this place and I got a really good team, we started training and I've got back into it. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good, man. You need that for your mental health as well, don't you?
100%.
Last thing you want to do, I mean, it's a good thing in some ways because you're putting the customer first, but it's kind of at your own expense, isn't it?
After a bit, it's like Monday to Thursday I might be wicked, but on Friday when I'm not at work all week, I might be feeling depressed, and that customer might get back side of me. You don't want that. You want to be happy all the time, innit?
Yeah. No, I still remember. You won't remember this, but I still remember like a good few years ago, maybe even like 5 years ago. I remember seeing you in the gym, giving the punch back some like proper, giving flying kicks on the roundhouse, everything. Like, man, this kid's full of energy.
Of course, you know it's. But biggest motivation with my father, you know, no doubt. Every time I train, I think to myself, I've done some of my best PRs, my best lifts with people saying stuff to me about my dad. You know, saying, oh, like, you know, it could just be in general. You might have had a chat with someone about my dad before, and it would just motivate me because he had this thing. Obviously, he was Rocky, at you.
Yeah.
He always said, "I the tiger." You know what I mean? And it was his thing. Even though Rocky said it first, he really meant it. You know, when he said it, he'd do things that you literally weren't capable of doing, and I've done them as well. I guess I've done lifts that I've seen guys who 16, 17 stone do, and it makes you think it's not just, obviously it is nutrition, it is your rest, everything else, but mindset is probably the biggest factor. You know, like being ready and game to do the workout. So
that, to me, I mean, one, we were talking about mindset before, but I think with yours, we almost tie it back to where we were talking at the start of this podcast, where a lot of your motivation and the determination you've got is coming from your father, isn't it?
100%. And it's probably not just me. You know, I've got, I guess, a lot of my dad's friends, but all my family's motivated from that. Not just the training side, just the way he was as a person. You know, the more and more people you lose, the more you realise the people that were here before, the value they played in your family, if that makes sense. So him not being here, I think everyone in my family stepped up a little bit. Yeah. And everyone doing their part. You know, no one realised it was him that was holding it. So now everyone's doing their part, which is wicked. Same thing with me. Like, I come home every day and I spend time with my family. And it's probably because of my dad, because he was so busy all the time. You know, to do what he wanted to do. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's wicked.
I think you once you see that gap open up and you think, this is...
Yeah. You've got no excuse not to, do you know what I mean? Unless you're living the same life they did, which is more than likely, none of the brothers are now. Our parents, our grandparents worked so much harder. We're a bit more chilled out, value the little things. Everyone's not here, we're not here forever, are we?
No, I think that's probably kept you a bit grounded, hasn't it?
Yeah, too right. Obviously, I've chilled, I've got loads of friends, everyone does everything, I'm brought up in the same area as everybody else. Yeah. And to be honest, I probably got more, not motivation, but more, I've got more reason to do good than bad, but you still get pulled into bad regardless,
It's just the idea that we need. I think for you, it's just, even from both of us, is we just want to give back a little bit, don't we?
Yeah, too right. I want everyone who's, I've got a couple of friends who have lost their dads. I've got a couple of young lads from college that come every now and again, same situation. I think to yourself, you know what, I just want to motivate. I just want to, give them that feeling that I have now. Because you have this patchy part where you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you just need to meet someone who's been through a similar thing. Because you can't, like, if you told me about something and you've not been through it, I'd probably nod my head and think, cheers, Bash.
Yeah.
But you want to see someone who's been through the same thing.
It's that, because if you've got a shared experience, like, it's not uncommon for people to grow up in single parent households, and it's just a matter of seeing like a story like yours, and then being able to share that, and then they can relate to it. 100%. It's not to say that every single person in that situation is going to watch it and they're going to become an entrepreneur. No, it's just they might find what drives them. They might find like that little spark. It might be a case of, you know what, I think I can try this, that, the other, rather than getting misguided.
Any opportunity that comes, I think you should take it. The opportunity is there for a reason. I used to wake up every morning, and before I started prepping, when I used to go work or college or uni, I used to think, what am I going to do with myself? Because I went to school to do a certain thing which drifted away from me. You know, I wanted like a physio, and which I could have still done, but it just drifted away. I just didn't want to study anymore. I've done my studying. I wanted to work, you know, earn for the family, but at the same time, you know, not let everybody down. So it's a balance, I guess. You got to stay strong mentally while taking everything on.
Yeah, I don't know if, I mean, obviously outside the context of us two, it does seem like maybe this last 5, 6, 7 years, there's a lot more like people, white or brown or whatever colour you're from, like in this area, it seems to be a bit more like business minded. So not everyone's like running headfirst to uni. More people are kind of thinking on the business scale.
Yeah, think of a niche, work towards it. Like, look at Instagram. My business is solely probably built on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
And it's wicked because just like this, Bash, people are gonna see this from my side, I guess, who probably never seen it before. They're gonna be like, I love this guy, BurgerBash. He tells us about all these little things. Vice versa. So it's about working together, everyone. You know, people who do cakes share my page. Yeah. And that's a completely different. You know what? I share it back because I think to myself, on a cheat day, I guess they'll get some custom. And if they like it, it's one of them, innit?
Completely. You both. Even you might not even ever met him, but you know that's a small business. You're a small business.
Yeah, it's cool. You have this weird bond straight away, don't you? Thinking that, you know, we work together on this.
Yeah, support. But yeah, I mean, in terms of the time that we have, we're kind of running out today. But I guess I just want to say thanks a lot, Asim. But is there anything else you want to say? Any finishing words? Any closing words? Anything?
You know what? I guess we've said plenty on the little video, but just a bit of motivation for all the kids. You know, just whatever you're doing, whether it's a BTEC or an A level or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. If you didn't go college, it doesn't matter. As long as you've got some work ethic and you're gonna try. If you're at Tesco's and you end up being a team leader, it's better than nothing. You know what I mean? Just put the work ethic in, you'll feel better for it. Yeah. Just like a workout, innit? After the workout, you feel amazing.
Yeah.
And a healthy meal.
And a healthy meal from Chief's Health Kitchen.
Yeah, that's the one.
So, right, guys, that's the wrap up for this episode. So for the people that have been asking and getting in contact, there are quite a few different people that I want to speak to, and I do have a list, but that list is going to shuffle around each week. So I will try and keep the updates regular and keep the content regular, but the topics are going to start varying a little bit as well. So I am going to be speaking to a few strength and conditioning coaches. I'm going to be speaking to a few mental health professionals. There's a doctor that I'm going to be speaking to as well. So I'm going to keep the topics open and varied. So there'll be some that you will be really looking forward to and some maybe not so much, but just please like, share and subscribe. It'd be really appreciated. I'm on Instagram, BurgerBash UK, Facebook, BurgerBash. We've even got a discussion group where you can swear at me if you want. I don't mind. I just need the likes. I'll take them. And all the best to you guys, and see you in episode 4. Thank you very much.